What's up, ladies and gentlemen of YouTube? Boogie2988 coming at you live once again through the power of the internet, and it looks like Twitch TV, the world's largest gaming service, has made a move today to no longer allow streaming of adult-only games. Now, this is not a really big change for Twitch because already they would not allow you to stream overly sexualized games or games that had a lot of sexual content in them, and that's pretty much the only thing that ever gets an adult-only rating. And I think it's super important that you realize that adult-only does not mean M for mature. Games like Grand Theft Auto or Arkham Knight or The Witcher, those games are still fine. We're only talking about a handful of games that have ever received an adult-only rating. And most of the games that have gotten that rating tend to be basically porno games like Playboy the Mansion. And it makes sense that you couldn't stream those games because Twitch doesn't allow pornographic or sexual situations most of the time anyway. Now, previous to today's updates of their terms of service, they have basically judged games on a case-by-case scenario, telling you that you can't play specific games. Most recently, they banned the game Honey Pop for its sexualized content. But this new policy blanket bans any game that gets an adult-only rating, whether it's because of sexual content or, in this particular case, violence. If you pay attention to gaming news, you'll know that there is a PC game coming out soon called Hatred. And this game is supposed to be the Clockwork Orange ultra-violence of video games. In this game, the lead character goes off into the world to cleanse everything he hates by gunfire, killing policemen and innocent people alike, and it promises to be ultra-violent, even though the gameplay that has already been released on YouTube really doesn't look that bad. And it's certainly not something that hasn't been done before, whether it's State of Emergency, which allows you to kill innocent civilians in a mall, whether it's a Wolfenstein or Grand Theft Auto, which allows you to torture people to death, or whether it's just about any other violent video game that allows you to shoot innocent people. Let's just be honest. Not every video game is violent, but most of them are, and we gamers are just used to it. The chances that Hatred was going to show us anything that we haven't seen before was slim to none. Regardless of what you think about that game Hatred, though, the ESRB has rated it adults only, and as of today, adult-only games that are rated that way because of violence are no longer allowed on Twitch, and that can't be coincidence. If you were paying attention a few months back, Hatred made the gaming news all over YouTube, all over the periodicals, all over the journals, all over the blogs for being this ultra-violent and extremely controversial game. This game became so controversial, in fact, that the folks over at Valve decided that they would pull it from the purchasable options over at Steam because they didn't want to be associated with it. Fortunately, a few days later, Gabe Newell and his team over at Steam decided to reverse that decision, and good on them for letting the player decide. So this seems like a very thinly veiled decision by Twitch to block this single game, but I think they're so afraid of negative backlash that they just don't have the audacity to say it's about this game. Now, a lot of people are upset about the fact that you can't stream Hatred there, and ultimately for me, I don't care that much because it's their platform. They can determine what they do with it and they don't. They can ban individual games or entire groups of games. Hey, you can shut the servers down tomorrow. That's their prerogative. However, at least have the decency to own up to the decisions you make. Have the confidence to say, we just don't like this game and we don't want you to play it here. Anything else is condescending. Because ultimately, this new policy is a good policy. While they do have some form of age gating over there on Twitch, it's not very good, and it's very easy for a minor to see mature content, and that can be a problem. I just think it's kind of silly and hypocritical to say that that same child can watch me murder cops and civilians in Grand Theft Auto, but not murder the same cops and same civilians in Hatred. But that's just one man's opinion. Yours may vary. So let me know what you think. Do you think this new Twitch policy is good or it's bad? Do you think they should have banned Hatred or all adult-only games or no games at all whatsoever? What do you think about the game Hatred? Is it a game that you are interested in? Are you appalled by it? Do you hate the fact that it exists, or do you believe it's covered under freedom of speech? Let me know in the comments section below. I always love to hear what you have to say. Thank you very much for watching. I love you very much, and I'll speak with you again soon.